And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, a major splinter shall be a piece of evidence that has happened to be planted in the palm of the hand from a branch that is dry and brittle and breaking and dying. This splintering shall begin in early 2022, says the Lord of hosts. Now that's interesting. Planted in the palm of the hand. I find that interesting. So we'll see what that. Sometimes you don't know what it means till it actually happens.
Yeah.
It's maybe one of those
Interesting.
times. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, my, that's capitalized, people who are called by my capitalized name shall flood capitals and streets and rejected areas of this nation, and shall humble themselves and pray, and the arrows of the devourer shall lose their power as strongholds over cities come down. A major wall in Washington, D.C. shall come down, says the Lord of hosts, and it shall be a shock as those who are tied by a sequence of codes and patents and red tape and blue tape and gavels shall all have the stain of guilt amongst their whole chain of command. What that wall is,
And
it
I'm
could
going
be a
to,
physical wall or a,
yeah, and for people, and let me just comment for a second. For people that are watching this, you sometimes are just as captive an audience as the people you're writing this for. You often don't know what these words, what these clues mean. Sometimes you
yes.
do, and many times you don't. And that's what I'm hearing from you right now.
Yes, because, the Lord looks at something different. So when he says a major wall in D.C. shall come down, people would think, well, that's a physical wall. Well, it may not be a physical wall. It may be a legal wall that's been put up. It may be, you know what I mean? Something else that's been put up as a barrier to prevent certain things. So
Right.
that's why you have to watch and see, because the Lord looks at it differently. So when he's saying something, we may think he means one thing and he really means something else.
Okay. Good.
And says the Spirit of the Lord, the is capitalized, the Spirit of the Lord this day. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. Behold, I will strengthen you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. That's capitalized, says the Lord of hosts. Uphold, he capitalized this word. Those the enemy has attempted to smear and taint and do as Satan did before the throne, looking to accuse Joshua and Zechariah. So I, the Lord your God, shall and will rebuke them. And I shall remove their stained clothes and their torn and tattered garments, that those with loose tongues and immature spirits have attempted to wrap around them, to mummify a past that has been washed and cleansed. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, there are very large logs in the eyes of many, and it is causing double and blurred vision, where the speck of dust in their neighbor's eye looks greater than it truly is. Hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, so you can remove the speck from your neighbor's eye. And says the Spirit of the Lord this day, those who have been cleansed from a past not of me, the enemy in this hour, his tactic is to dig and dig and dig up the past and entice and lure those to dig for him and to smear it and bring back up what I, the Lord, have forgiven. Shall you play God, judge, and jury, says the Lord of hosts? Do you see the heart? Do you see the depth and the breadth of one's motives and what they think? The true modus operandi shall be exposed. And in early 2022, who you thought was good and fighting against the system for the sake of this nation, well, their true motives and their weak roots shall be exposed. For there are those attempting to take those and throw them under buses and throw them with sprinklings of a manipulated narrative to cause a crash and confusion in the very toxic court of public opinion. However, I, the Lord, shall expose the briefs and words pulled from the deep and the deflectors. A mirror effect shall expose the true identity of who is who, and some of it will be shocking, and some may feel very duped. However, my children, take a sobering lesson from such. Seek the Lord first and not man. That's capitalized. Pray and seek me above all, the Lord your God, for the answer to who is who. For who knows better than I, the one who sits on the throne, who truly is the Alpha and Omega, amidst, we're going to use the word variance here. Just think of the two variants that are out there right now, and then you'll know what the word says. Amidst variance and central fuses ready to blow.
And what I'm hearing from this is like the Lord is. You even had that in your word. And I don't think you remembered it, that you wrote sobering from the Lord. He's giving a sobering word that you think you know who's good and who's bad, and he's telling you,
Yes.
I'm about to tell you who's really good and who's really bad, right? It's like, so he's
Yes,
saying,
like
take a sober look.
or you think because something's been smeared out there that it's believable, and the Lord is basically saying, be very careful
Wow.
about who you're judging and what you're judging them for right now, and what you think because somebody else has put it out there, because really the Lord knows.
Yeah,
And so he's saying to go to him, because
that's
when he
good.
says the true modus operandi, the true operating motives are going to be exposed. So the true motives of operation as to why, who is doing what, is going to come out in early 2022.
Well, wow.
This is what he's saying.
Yeah.
And he was in the where he says he is truly the Alpha and Omega amidst the two,
Mm-hmm.
variants. He's doing a play on words with the Greek alphabet too. So
Interesting.
he is also doing a play on words there with what he's saying with that.
Well, they're saying because some of these variants were named after Greek alphabet, is what you're saying, and without
Yes.
saying the words, we won't say the words, but that's what they're getting those names from the Greek alphabet. So he's playing with that. Okay, interesting.